Welcome to Car Brochure. I'm here today at the Bloomsbury Classic Car Show and I'm blown away by how many cars there are. There's so many fabulous things to see, like this Rolls Royce Camargues behind that's causing a lot of attention, and there's a whole host of Mercedes SLs over there, and it's just been fantastic. So I'm taking you a little walk around what we have here today. Hope you enjoy, and as always, do let me know which was your favourite car in the comments below. I love hearing what you've got to say, and as ever, do comment, do like, do share, and above all, please do subscribe. Enjoy. What was the first thing I chanced upon but this gorgeous Lancia Beta Berliner 2000 automatic? It's one of the few that remain because they were meant to be a fresh new start for the brand, but very sadly, they killed the brand in the UK due to the rust. But look how beautiful it is. Now, moving around the square, what should we see? It wouldn't be a car brochure video without a Bristol. And this is a Bristol Brigand. I rather like it. An extra points for telling me what those rear lights are, I actually don't know. But they are rather fun to see. Oh yes, look at this Daimler 66. It's got these fabulous pepper pot alloys, which you can also see, incidentally, on an Aston Martin Lagonda. They seem to buy them from Daimler, but look at this. It's gorgeous 80s loveliness. And here's Gertie, the Morris Minor, sat proudly next to this ginormous, delicious, delightful Cadillac Eldorado. Now, I don't know if they call them drop-head convertible or just a convertible, but wow, it looks great. Look at all that plushy red leather and all these fabulous period details. This one is from 1960 and it really is on the space race. Look, lots of sort of jet age details, and oh, I do rather like those covered rear wheels and that little flap at the back for the gas, to aka petrol in the UK. It's lovely. Oh, and there's something really tiny that would fit in the boot, is this smart crossblade. Only 2,000 were made, and this one, as we'll see in a second, is a number 25. The gentleman who owns it is quite eccentric and often seen on the King's Road. He's badged it Ferrari. He has put things everywhere. Oh, look, there's a Bloomsbury Classic Car Show badge, and it's fun to see. Look, sporty, sporty. Moving on, here's this amazing Porsche 911. Well, it looks like a turbo at first glance. It's actually a Carrera with the turbo whale tail. And look, pinstripe seats, 80s white. It's in full-on capital city spec. And it's a Carrera. Now for one of my all-time favourites, a beautiful Triumph Stag in this gorgeous deep red. Lovely pinstripe and that sort of black vinyl leather interior. It's one of Michelotti's, well, frankly, it's his best design he ever did, and I love them. Let's have us pan across Jaguars, Daimlers. There's a Series 2 Jaguar XJC and a Series 1 Daimler. I can't tell if it's a 6.6 or a 4.2. I think it's a Sovereign 4.2. That's my guess. And there is a lovely Triumph Herald and a fabulous daffodil yellow Chevrolet Corvair. But we'll come back to that in a second, because come around the corner, not the Jaguar, not the Mustang, but a VW Carmen Gear. So much to see. Now back to this Corvair. Look at it. I can't imagine there are very many in the UK. There aren't that many that were made, and in the UK you must have the fewest. But look at this. It's that sort of souped up air intakes. I don't know. I am all about design. I am not about tech, but it looks fantastic. Oh my goodness. Really delicious. The last time I saw one of those was in Palm Beach, and then over the Triumph. Let's have a look. That is real wood before we went fake. And back to those wire wheels, and look, that is definitely going to be gorgeous swathe of vinyl. Delicious. Oh my goodness, how exciting. It is a DeLorean DMC-12, one of my all-time favourites. Up there with the Stag. I love them, not because of Back to the Future, which did maintain their popularity, but because that stainless steel body, those beautiful alloy wheels, and look at those 80s badges, those 80s typeface used on the badging and indeed on many of the license plates. I just love them. And this Honda is the little Honda Z Coupe. I think this is one of 12, the owner said. It's a Kai car, and it is so tiny. It is delicious. It's like a little Satsuma. It was so scrumptious. Keeping it rare, look at this Alfa Romeo Sprint Coupe. It's got a little bit of a sad face to it, I think. It's not as perky as its smaller brothers, but it's very lovely to see in a rather beautiful shade of sort of rusty red metallic. Love it. Ooh, and I love these Triumph TR6s. Look, it's got a cheeky little fur trim on the headrests. Why not? And that beautiful shiny dash. And this has got an American spec, I think, to it with the that number plate. And but it is right-hand drive, so maybe not. A hint of Jaguar. Oh look, you've got a wipe with a switch, not with a lever. How unusual. How then? And clearly, I'm so used to modern cars. Oops. And another VW Common Gear. This one is a coupe, or sorry, drop top, I mean, a convertible. Look at that. Now, surely that white interior cannot be original, but it looks great. Hello, Mrs. Robinson. Are you trying to seduce me? I do rather love an Alfa Romeo Spider. They are gorgeous. This one actually isn't the Boattail Series 1. It is a Series 2. There were 4 series in total. This Mercedes 280 SL is gorgeous. Now, the roof rack and the rims apparently are original spec because it looks a little bit wrong with the burgundy roof on the white body. And the roof rails are indeed originally specified from a dealer. And I've never seen one of these before. I think it looks stunning. You just want to put your skis on top and pretend you can get through the snow with that rear-wheel drive. It's another Bristol in a beautiful red. It's another Mercedes SL, this time in a rather interesting, shall we call it, shade of brown, with a sort of ivory coloured interior. Back to the Bristol in that beautiful sort of burgundy red, very lovely. I think I liked the Brigand that we saw earlier. I think it was better. Oh, little Mercedes SLK. Oh, and another VW Common Gear. Why not? And yet another Mercedes SL, this time in silver, which is much more classic, much more appropriate. Another Stag. I love it in the white. That looks great. And then look at this Aston Martin V8 Volante, a Saab 96, 99, not sure. And the Rolls Royce Camargues, one of 2 on show today. This one looks beautiful in that light blue silver metallic with a gorgeous blue leather interior. Bring back body-coloured interiors. Everything's black or grey now, or if you're lucky, you'll get cream. Ah, and here is an immaculate Rover 2000. This is a P6, and it's a 2000 TC. Look, that's, I don't know if you can see it, the strip speedometer, which is so typical of the car. My father had one that was a 3.5 litre, and my mother had a 2200 SC, not TC. And it's lovely to see them. Look, the Rolls has headlamp wipers. I love them. Look at that, headlamp wipers. That is luxury personified. I know someone hasn't had to take away those little foil cans are there so that if any oil drips, it gets collected. Every detail is being thought of on this day at the Bloomsbury Classic Car Show. These Rolls Royces were the most expensive car on the market when they were new, and very controversial, so square-lined. But honestly, I actually think they've begun to age rather beautifully. And I think they've even influenced the latest sort of Phantoms, the latest range of cars, which are much more rectilinear. Ooh, another Stag. This one's gorgeous. It's sort of beluga black with that. Well, those are not original seats, but I'm loving the plushy leather. I don't blame the owner for putting these in. They look great, super comfy, super non-original. Ooh, this one is a manual. I must say I'm a bit of an auto all the way, guys. So sorry, don't hate me. What more things can I say that you may find contentious? But here you are. Ah, those alloy wheels, that grille, every detail on the Stag's gorgeous. Even that T-bar. Ooh, now, these are much rarer in the UK than the Alfa Romeos. This is a Fiat 124 Sport Spider. I really love them. I wonder if it's just because you see less of them than you do of the Alfa Romeos, but it looks really lovely. Look at those angled. I love that angle on the rear boot line. And, ooh, actually quite a lot of wood on the middle. Here's something purely British. It is a Caterham 7. It was originally a Lotus 7, and this one's even in Lotus colouring, that British Racing green with yellow. Gorgeous. Ah, and a TVR Tasman. I haven't seen one of these in a very long time. I love them. This is a wedgie perfection. Oh, and look at those wing mirrors, all those detail. I always thought those seats should have been fatter somehow, bigger. And look at the spare tyre, that's lovely. And that rear glazing is pure show car. Gorgeous. Now this is unusual. It's a Triumph TR250, which actually is a Triumph TR5 for the American market. What it's doing over here, I don't know, but it's great. Now this Bond bug couldn't be more 70s, even if it had one of the Hair Bear bunch, dressed in a pair of purple flares with a paisley kipper tie. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. It is a gorgeous wedge of cheddar cheese in bright orange. It looks delightful and I love them. Mad, mad, mad. And fun, fun, fun. Just why not? Now here's something rare and unusual. It's apparently a Bristol 403 convertible. Now I don't think these were a stock car. I think this one has been bespoke made by a coach builder, but which makes it even more fun to see. Ah, and then the eternal Rolls Royce Corniche convertible. These are beautiful. They lasted for ages because they are just beautiful. Where the Camargue is awkward, the Corniche is just lovely. It's really lovely. And look at that with those extra 80s bumpers. Back to that Bristol. It looks great actually. It's clearly stock Bristol at the front, but I don't know. You tell me. Comment, like, share, do subscribe, but please just tell me. What is that? Ah, now to a Jaguar XJ-SC. These were the first convertibles that were made. This one actually has rear seats, which I think is actually most unusual and could even have been the sort of spec that was put together for the Princess of Wales. I'm not sure. But it's 3.6, again, a bit rare. This was when they were starting to be developed a bit further. And it looks great. I prefer the full convertible. Ah, and here is now, is it a Morris or is it an Austin? But it is a Mini and it looks gorgeous. And another Mercedes SL, this one's a more modern one. Ah, it's a Morris Mini Minor. It looks great. It is red. It is fun. Ooh, can we peer in? Yes, we can peer in. Look at that. It's got the Morris badge on the wheel and that lovely sort of Formica detail on the dash. I love it. Looks actually a bit like the fabric used on my BMW i3 dash. And that gorgeous Ferrari GTB. I love them. Back to that Bristol. There's something not right, but it's good not right. And so to a Riley from a Mini Morris Mini Minor, Austin Mini Minor, to a Riley Elf, I believe they were. This is the booted version. It was meant to be posh. And look, this one thinks it's that Mercedes SL. It's got a roof rack, but somehow that's making it a bit more Terry and June and a bit less Val d'Isere. But it's got the little flowers at the back and looking nice. And here's a proper Daimler, the Daimler limousine. These were, well, they sort of were more kind of mayoral transport than anything, and weddings, but lots of mayors had these. Every town hall seemed to have one. Moving into the square, there's so much to see. Look, Ponton Mercedes, little bandstand. And let's take a closer look at this really early Jaguar XJS. It's a V12, but it's a before HE. Look, there's no wood inside. It's all just vinyl and perhaps leather. And look, there's big bumpers. It was very radical at the time and very hated after the E-Type, but now they seem as beautiful. Oh, look, it's a Triumph Stag. We haven't seen any today, have we? Ha ha. But this one is a blue variant over tan. Very lovely. Ooh, some big old Delahaye, I'm not sure. Oh my goodness, and a Lotus Esprit Turbo in glorious 80s white. I love it. Cream leather interior. Oh, and they're set up for the day. Look at that. These people know how to party. Now, don't drink drive, people. That's not good. Do, however, drive and eat at Fortnum & Mason's. Delightful. Very ritzy. Yes, I approve. Back to the Stag. Yum, yum, yum. And look, this one is an auto. So you can see both variants, both manual and the auto today. Another look at the Esprit. There is a very witty detail I've just noticed as I'm doing this voiceover. There is a fish, just like from The Spy Who Loved Me, where Roger Moore leans out and winds down the window and pops out a fish because they've been waterlogged underneath. And look, it's a Giugiaro. I cannot say that. Giorgetti Giugiaro. There, please write in, complain. I can't speak. Gorgeous Rover rear lights, however, the SD1. I love that. Oh, and here we have a Ford Mustang. Beautiful. Now, what's happened to this? Slice of cheese. It's gone off. No, it hasn't. It's a Bond bug, but it's gone electric. That must be great fun because I don't think the engine was the strongest suit. And now it's going to be a silent, powerful, electric little city car. Don't approve those lights. I preferred the pop-up ones that they had. And now to this Iso Lele. It was the star of the day, I think. I say later this is a Stag, but actually, secretly, I realise it is this car. Look, it's electric green, it is a V8. Look at that gear selector. Ooh, that strip of wood is beautiful. Oh my goodness, it is an Iso Lele Rivolta, I think, which it does not revolt, it appeals. It looks delightful. And it made such a stir when it arrived, such a noise. Love it, love it, love it. And here's the second Camargue. This one is silver over cream. I overheard the driver telling a story whereby this side mirror window is smashed because he managed to lock the keys inside on a ferry and had all these lorries honking behind. He just couldn't get the thing open, so had to smash a window and get it out. Oopsie. And look at those 4 headlamp wipers. I noticed actually that the Corniche had only 2 headlamp wipers, but the Camargue has 4. That's worth all that extra money. And the Iso Lele has these gorgeous little flip-up headlamp covers. I love them. I wish I could have seen those move. It was actually designed by Bertone, by Marcello Gandini, and it is pure show car loveliness. It really is great. Also a little bit like a show car, there are certain details that I don't think fully work. I find the rear slightly heavy towards the end. Something that probably would have been designed out if it was less show car, but that's what makes it such a joy to see. Oh, and look at this. It is a Facel Vega. These are absolutely one of the most exquisitely made cars ever. Absolutely stunning. Look at that wood, look at that chrome, look at that red leather. Delicious. Ooh, and look at that pearlescent paint. Wow, wow, wow. Absolutely marvellous. Really, really lovely. What more can I say? And this is an Aston Martin, but not one that I've ever seen because it's got this sort of those covered headlamps at the front. It's an early DB, I do believe, and it's quite unusual and most rare, and thus a delight to see. And then this is Jensen Interceptor. This is in one of my top 5 cars, possibly my top 2. They are just so beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I couldn't get enough of this car. Ooh, it's for sale. Glad I didn't spot that on the day. I might have bought it. But it's all about that moon glass lid, boot lid thing. It is stunning. I remember seeing one as a child on the M6. It zoomed past us at well over 100 miles an hour. It looked sensational. It looked great. It didn't look quite so great a few hundred yards further down where it had broken down on the hard shoulder with the bonnet up. Oops. Let's just take another look at the TVR Tasman on our way out of the square. Oh, it does look good. Yes, that's spare tyre again. And who knew it is done Le Mans? But there you go. Very nice indeed. Lots of beautiful period details. I love it. Now this is a bit naughty. Isn't it spectacular? It's a Ford Capri Mark I that someone has customized, or resto mod, as probably the more current phrasing is. It looks great. Look at that naughty big rear wing, the black chrome, the huge wide wheels, and look at that snooker ball gear knob lever. Love it. They've given it the RS treatment. It looks great. And look at those quad 4 headlamps. Stunning. Now, what car show would be complete without an E-Type Jag? Look at this convertible. Absolute beauty. And back to that Aston Martin V8 Volant. It looks gorgeous in its sort of rather executive grey exterior, but with very sumptuous cream leather interior. I love it. Now here's something a little bit different. It's, no, not the VW Camargues, it is a Nissan Pao. It is one of the lesser known pipe cars, and I love them. I think it's really inspired by the Renault 4. Watch out, Renault 4 Electric. And it is great. Lots of gorgeous fun period details. The flip up side, rippled back. Let's look at that Bristol Brigand again. Whilst I was round in the square, someone has lifted up the sides so one can see where the spare wheel lives. Unlike the TVR Tasman, these ones live in the wing. And that is great. One side is a spare, the other side is a battery. Is that the horn? Maybe. It was good to see. Now here's one of my stars of the day. It's an Austin Metro Vanden Plas in gold. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. Look at that velour interior, that wood veneer capping on the driver and passenger door, and the pinstripe down the side with the VP. It's, oh, and those alloy wheels are all so very lovely. I mean, it's pure 80s-ness. It's a delight. You wouldn't want to be in one in a crash. You'll be Constantinaed and dead, but it looks so wonderful. It's so gold. It's so gorgeous. What I love is the velour interior just gives you this extra level of plushiness, yet it mixes with these very standard plastics. So there's this sort of weird dichotomy between gorgeous plushy velour and, oh, yeah, well, the plastic bits. Now, here's the Jensen Interceptor's ancestor. It is, or predecessor, it is a Jensen CV8. It is a V8 monster, a lovely brute, absolutely beautiful. So which was your favourite car that I've seen today? Definitely this Triumph Stag just above me is one of the things I've loved, and that Camargue. And all the Mercedes SLs. I had a lovely chat with the owner of the burgundy and cream one. It's a gorgeous car. So it's been a fun day. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have. As always, please comment, please like, and above all, please do subscribe. Until next time.